Greetings and salutations, travelers of the internet, and welcome to the Lit Round Table. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Anna. We'll be your wise or not so wise mentors for today's audio adventure into all things storytelling.
Episode 3.
Woohoo! Welcome.
Revenge of the Sib-Nerds.
Yeah.
Forgot what the thing was that we called ourselves.
You forgot?
Well, no.
I guess
okay.
it's mostly just in writing that I call
I never
that,
refer to us as the Sib-Nerds in real life.
Fair.
Sorry.
Fair.
Shatter the
illusion.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
But this week, we're going to talk about comfort movies and TV shows for when you're sick.
What brought that topic to mind, Anna?
Well, I have just gotten over one of the worst illnesses I have had as an adult. Also, I would just like to put this on the official record that being super ill as a single person who lives alone is the worst.
There's no one to take care of you. No one to dote on you.
No, I just wanted Mom to come and rub my back while she waited for the thermometer to beep.
Nope.
But that could not happen. So
sorry, dude.
Anyway,
also,
no, it's all
to
good.
clarify, it wasn't COVID.
No. It was I've had COVID. This was worse. Mm-hmm. Now, that is not to say that COVID is not bad. My case of COVID was very mild.
Your symptoms
and very different.
Your symptoms for this were much more severe.
Yes.
Awful.
No, I had a terrible stomach bug. It could have been food poisoning. We'll never know because I didn't actually go to a doctor. Mm-hmm. But feeling much better.
Good.
But it made me think about when we were kids and we'd get sick and the shows and things that we would watch when we were sick. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into it, will you share with us what you're reading, watching, playing?
I will, but before I do that, I'm going to share that we have a Patreon.
Oh, yes. Good job. Good job. We're getting better.
Check out our Patreon. If you would like to become a patron there to help us continue doing what we love to do, which is talking to each other about storytelling and fantasy and nerdy things. Mm-hmm. There are 2 tiers, $5 and $10 tier. The $5 tier lets you vote for what book we're going to read next on the read-along, and also maybe some topic ideas for podcast episodes, all that good stuff. Get the voting rights. And then the $10 one will give you the same voting benefits of the first tier, but you also get access to a patron-only video once a month, exclusive content, where we go super nerd, hyperfixation on certain topics like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or some other fandom. They'll basically be super deep dives in certain topics. So if you're interested in that, subscribe to our $10 tier. But yeah, go check that out. The link for our Patreon is in the description. And without further ado, here is what I've been watching. So I have been watching Critical Role, which there's not a new one tomorrow, right? Because it's the last Thursday of the month as we're recording this.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the last week of the month they don't do one. So
I don't like that.
Sorry. Well, it's good for them though because they get a break from recording, and Matt gets more time to prep.
Yes.
Because
it totally makes sense.
I could not imagine running that every single week. Nuts. Yeah. But it's also like his job, kind of.
Mm-hmm. It's one of his jobs.
Yeah, he does voiceover too. But anyway. Neither here nor there.
I wonder what he considers I wonder what all of them consider their main gig anymore. If they consider the Critical Role stuff their main
I would.
job, or if they consider the other stuff. Yeah,
Travis Willingham is the CEO of Critical Role now. And Matt is
so is Sam Riegel, I think.
Matt is the creative director, and they all have some kind of corporate or they all have some kind of title, but I know Travis is the CEO.
Right. Well, I was thinking. Oh no, so Sam Riegel on Legend of Vox Machina is like the
He's a producer, I think.
producer. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of.
I think Travis is also a producer. Like, a lot of them have producer credits. Anyway, watching Critical Role. That's super fun. Very emotional last episode. Was not okay. But, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. I will... it'll be okay. But it was sad. So, okay. I've also been watching Demon Slayer, which season 2 ended, and I'm also sad that season 2 is over, but it was so good. Those last couple episodes were a visual masterpiece, and
Agreed.
the animation was just superb. I really hope that the animators can get some rest and sleep before they do the next one, which has been announced that they're doing the next arc. Like, it's for sure happening. Like, Crunchyroll put out a
Nice
statement on
I
it.
hadn't heard that yet. Cool.
Yes, the Swordsmith Village arc is what it is. So, get excited. I'm excited.
I need to start reading.
Yes.
So I can catch up.
Also, watching Attack on Titan, which that is coming along.
Which this last episode, they basically ran the whole episode. Like, there wasn't much of an intro. And they ran it through the credits.
Yeah, they crammed as much as they could, which is what they should have been doing this whole time. Good grief.
Yeah.
And also, I forgot to mention this last time. I probably could have mentioned it either last time or in the first episode. But Hope and I have been watching The Devil is a Part-Timer, which is an anime about... So in like an alternate fantasy world, not here, there's like holy knights fighting against this devil character who's not like literal devil, like, in this world.
Yeah.
It's fantasy anime world. But to escape from the heroes that are about to close in on him and take him out, he teleports to an alternate dimension, which is our dimension. And he learns that like his magic doesn't really work and like in this world, and he has to get a part-time job to survive. And he works at a McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
And so it's just about like this devil character having to worry about like selling certain types of fries as a promotion item, and like he's like, I will work my way to the top and become the ruler of this world one step at a time. But he's like starting as like a part-time fast food worker. It's really funny.
My gosh.
It's really funny.
Okay.
I've
Is that on
loved
Crunchyroll or Funimation?
I think we watched it on Funimation. It might be on both though. I don't know. But you have both of those. You can check it out.
I know. I just like to
super good.
to put in the description which.
I got you. Yeah, I don't remember. So
Okay.
I think it's definitely on Funimation though. Okay, that's pretty much it for watching. So for reading, I've been reading The Blade itself for the read along, and there's only one section left of that before we're done with it. So once again, if you want to vote on the next book, go to the Patreon.
Yeah, that poll's going to be closing soon because we've got to pick the book.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I've also still been reading Wheel of Time, Lord of Chaos. I should be nearing the end of that one because I'm like in the 50s as far as chapter count, which is weird because normally it gets to like the 40s and then it winds up or it wraps up. I feel like maybe the chapters are just shorter in this one because I don't remember this one being particularly longer, like with the physical book. I don't know. It should be wrapping up soon though. But then I think I am going to take a little break from Wheel of Time to maybe work on the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know
You've talked
those
about
are
that quite a bit.
really popular fantasy books. Also, I have read several more of the Demon Slayer manga, which I'm like almost to the end. There's like maybe 3 volumes left that I need to finish it up, 2 or 3. And for Christmas, I got the D&D Players Manual. So I have been flipping through that, and it's been really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, so some of the Critical Role stuff will make a little more sense.
There you go.
And then for playing, I just got off of an 8-day stretch, work-wise. And before that 8-day stretch was another like 6 or 7 day stretch before taking the trip to Nebraska. And like while in Nebraska, that's not really like relaxing per se, because it's driving and being with people. It's not like, you know what I mean? It's not like downtime. It was still fun.
It's family time, but it's not like.
It's not.
As an introvert,
yeah,
I totally understand what you're saying.
It does not recharge your batteries. So I've basically gone like half a month of just go, go, go. And today was actually like my first true day off in several weeks. I have not played any games really.
Whoa. Well, that's not true. We played Jackbox.
We played Jackbox with some friends. Shout out to Nick and Sarah if you're listening. But yeah, that was very fun. But,
it was very fun.
Yeah, but I haven't played any games that have any kind of like story. So
gotcha.
I just have not had the mental energy to be able to do that. So anyway, but today I did start doing some prep work for the One Ring, because that's going to start again. That's going to start again this Monday, the 28th. Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, because that's the 4th Monday of the month. So,
cool.
Yeah, so that's it for me. So go for it.
Nice.
What have you been doing?
Well, for reading, I have also been reading The Blade itself. We've just got those 4 chapters left, which I'm super excited about. We've just started Little House on the Prairie with book club, and so that's really fun. Really enjoying that. I just got done with our first book club meeting right before we started recording, so I'm on a book club high. And I don't know if I've... Oh. Yes. Okay, I finished The Shadow of Kiyoshi.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, having been sick for 3 days, I was like trying to fill out my like journal of what happened before, and I don't really remember.
Me trying to fill out my list of like, what have I done during this like stretch of working and traveling and stuff? I don't know.
Not a lot. Yeah. But I am listening to Spoiler Alert, which is a romance novel by Olivia Dade. It features a plus-size geologist protagonist who is really cool. So
geologist, like rock person?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's her job title. But like anyway, it's complicated, but it's very good. It is a little spicy. So if you're looking for, it's not like really spicy, but it's a little spicy.
Has a little spicy.
So if you're not looking for that, it's not for you.
Maybe don't listen to that audiobook out loud around your parental units.
Or your coworkers, or your children.
Yeah. Unless they're a baby and won't remember. And even then it'll be weird if someone walks in. So
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's been fun. It's a fun read. I appreciate the plus size representation in a genre that doesn't get a lot of that. Yeah. So
cool.
Not most genres don't, but anyway. So that's what I've been reading that I can remember off the top of my head. For watching, I have also finished Demon Slayer Season 2. I'm on the same spot with Attack on Titan. And I am also watching Critical Role Season 3, but I started Season 2 last night.
Oh.
Because I just really needed some content. some Critical Role content. So, I started Season 2. Or Campaign 2.
Did you see the whole first episode?
No, I saw... I didn't even get to the break. I started it kind of late last night, but...
Okay, but at least then you met everyone, though.
Yes, I have met all the characters.
So Caleb and Nott and Jastar.
Yes.
And Molly. Yes. Yasha. Ugh, I love Campaign 2 so much. It's so
I don't remember Who's Molly?
Molly Mock, the tiefling that works at the circus. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was... I don't think he'd actually said his name yet. I don't think Taliesin revealed his name yet.
I think...
Maybe he did.
Molly Mock TV.
They haven't been to the circus yet. Mm-hmm. They just got invited.
Yeah.
And Ford.
Ford. Oh, I almost forgot about Ford. Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't bode well for Ford. Does Ford die?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you. But no, I just... Don't read into that too much. You're fine.
Okay.
Although they do make a lot of Ford like car humor in the beginning. Like,
yes.
It's like, Ford, what kind of horse are you riding? It's a Mustang. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So that so far has been really fun. I'm really enjoying that. The first hour that I watched. And then for playing, Jackbox. So I'm probably watching other stuff. I just don't remember. It's fine. Mm-hmm. But we're actually going to talk about that here because I've been sick.
Yes.
So moving on to our topic for today. Our comfort TV shows and movies.
Do you want me to start or do you want to start?
I have a few. So do you have a couple?
I have one for sure and I can think of more. But my first one is one that instantly came to mind as the perfect sick movie.
Okay, so this is like your ideal sick movie now or one that you had as a kid?
Always.
Okay, tell me what it is. Lay it on me.
It is The Princess Bride.
Okay, good.
Because the kid is sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kid in the beginning when he's like coughing in the background. And then the mom lets the grandpa in. It's like such obviously like a kid pretending to be sick, but it's funny. Like you don't realize that when you're younger, but no, it's funny now. But yeah, Princess Bride, because it's a grandpa reading a book to the sick kiddo, and it's fitting.
Yeah, it is.
It's like someone reading you a book while you're sick.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's fun and dramatic.
It's got
pretty.
He's like, it's got true love, romance, sword fighting, pirates, escapes. Yeah. Anyway, Princess Bride. Best sick movie ever.
It's a great choice. Now, that is not the one I watched the other day.
Okay.
Because frankly, because I didn't have the energy to actually like get up and put something in. So I was stuck to what I had available on streaming services.
Wow, yeah. That really knocked you out.
Oh my gosh, so bad. But so I got onto Disney Plus and I watched Pocahontas, which I don't know was necessarily like a comfort sick movie it was definitely a favorite movie when I was a kid. But I really just wanted something that I knew and I could listen to without having to look at the screens because everything was just making me very nauseated. So I mostly slept through the movie, but I did listen to it.
There you go.
And that was a good little callback to like my fave as a kiddo. Mm-hmm. But the movie I thought about and I wish I had access to, but I don't. When I was like 6 and got chickenpox and was super sick, I just remember laying in the hide-a-bed in the living room watching Snowed In on Ice.
Watching what now?
You don't remember this? Snowed In on Ice.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh. You just pierced me. Okay.
No clue.
So, Snowed In was an animated, like, short animated movie. Kind of like Rudolph.
Okay.
Like that kind of like length. Not a feature length, but like...
Was it stop motion?
I mean? No, it was animated. Okay. That's just Snowed In, which is about a snowman with an icicle for a nose and a hat. I had a stuffed animal of this. Surely you remember the stuffed animal.
Yeah, kind of.
Oh, this is no.
It's not the snowman movie where they like fly through the sky, right?
No.
Okay.
So the original animated movie is just like the snowman living his life. There's like a bear. I don't remember that movie very well. That was not my favorite movie, but that's like the origin.
Okay.
Snowed In on Ice was a live action movie that featured Michelle Kwan, and it's set in this like I was so in love with ice skating at the time. I was 6. No, I was in first. Yeah, I was like 6. So you would have been like 2.
I was 2 or 3. Yeah, like.
But we had this movie for a long time. I'm sure we watched it many times. But so it's like set on like a ski lodge, and Michelle Kwan and her daughter are visiting the ski lodge, and at night Snowden comes out, and it's like this big dude in a snowman suit, right? And they skate on the lake with Michelle Kwan, and it's beautiful.
No idea.
And just very like, I just loved ice skating. I'm really sad you don't remember this.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I have no idea.
But I didn't. So the funny thing is that this was like a gift from Grandma and Grandpa, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Both of those movies, and this stuffed snowman that I had. It had like a black hat. It was big. It was like one of our bear stuffed animals that we'd gotten from them.
Huh. I definitely kind of remember the stuffed animal a little bit, but like I have no idea what like the movie is. No clue.
And there's like a scene where they're drinking hot chocolate. You get to watch the Zamboni machine.
Whoa. Hold on. Okay, Zamboni rings a bell.
Of all things.
Well, it's a fun word.
It is a fun word.
And like I remember them like riding the Zamboni machine and like making the ice rink all shiny.
And it's outside.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they have to smooth it out before they can go out and skate on it.
That's literally all I remember, though. I could not tell you anything about the plot. Just that, because, okay, at that age, though, I was fascinated by all kinds of vehicles. Like, I had train toys and tractor toys and, like, Hot Wheels and stuff. And so, like, it is not surprising to me that the only thing that even sparks even the vaguest abstract memory, because it's not even clear, it's just Zamboni makes ice shiny. That's, like, the only thing I remember.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm okay. So our copy of these were obviously VHS because this was like in the 90s. DVD wasn't a thing yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get my hands on a DVD version of them because first of all, I just want to see if there's like enchanting as I remember them being.
Right.
But also I want you to experience them with me at some point because I just wanted to watch Snowden on Ice.
That's crazy.
And drink a Sprite and eat some saltines.
Oh,
I did drink Sprite.
Sprite and saltines. Coke is supposed to be good for upset stomach too, but
it was the idea of something that acidic, just like.
Well, I mean, it's all soda.
And I didn't want caffeine, although caffeine probably would have helped the headache.
Yeah.
But.
Anyway.
So Snowden on Ice.
Fascinating.
Snowden on Ice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting pick.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any that you remember watching, like as a sickie?
Oh, I mean, I remember watching. It was always lots of Disney movies. Like I remember watching Beauty and the Beast, and probably Toy Story.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a lot of Toy Story. And Star Wars. Like maybe episode 1 or 2, probably a lot while being sick. Because they're fairly long.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just kind of zone out. Maybe Lord of the Rings too. Like, because those are also long. Fellowship of the Ring. It's probably a really good... Well, because like the beginning is so like...
Yeah.
Happy and whimsical, and they're in the Shire, and it's just feel good, and it's not too heavy in the beginning.
So actually, I've probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but when the first time we watched The Fellowship of the Ring, like that was such a core memory for me. Mm-hmm. It's Papa Murphy's cheese pizza, and Cate Blanchett's voice playing, and instantly knowing that this has to be the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Before the title card had even popped up.
This has to be it.
Yes. But, so that was a Friday night. And I very distinctly remember being sick the following Monday and watching the movie again.
Playing hooky.
I
mean, you straight up did. You straight up did.
I did.
No,
yeah.
you played hooky.
I don't want mom and dad to know that I actually did that, but
as if they didn't know.
It's not like they caved to us playing hooky.
No, but at the same time, mighty convenient.
Yes. And I did watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. It was probably a PE day.
Probably.
No. Anyway, yeah. So I definitely watched Fellowship of the Ring on a sick day.
Yeah.
But I wasn't very sick.
I know I probably wouldn't have watched, like, because I keep thinking about Star Wars, because I feel like back then when we were younger, I was more into the Star Wars movies, and you were more into Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and the Star Wars books for me.
Right. Like, I was more excited for, like, the new Star Wars movie releases. But I mean, you still really liked the original trilogy, so I was more likely to watch episode 1, 2, or 3 while homesick, and you were probably more likely to watch one of the original trilogy.
Absolutely.
But I don't think I would have wanted to watch Return of the Jedi, because if I was like homesick and feeling gross, I don't think I'd want to look at Jabba the Hutt in the beginning.
That's a good point.
Or watch him like eat a frog.
Yeah. This is valid.
Or the Twilight dancer girl get eaten by the Rancor. No, the beginning of Return of the Jedi is pretty gnarly. Or the Sarlacc pit. Yeah.
Oh. Or even the Rancor pit.
Mm-hmm. So, I
remember Dad making us close our eyes, or at least making you close your eyes when the Rancor was on screen because he was afraid of it scaring us.
Big monster.
Yeah.
Big monster with teeth.
Again, you were like 3, so fair.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Good parenting choice.
I don't remember how old I was because he like let us watch them like sequentially, like when he thought we were old enough.
Well, he let us watch them when he thought I was old enough. So you were getting in on the young side there.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah. So you came out on top on that one.
I also had to close my eyes during Fellowship of the Ring, during the Watcher in the Water, and the fight scene in Mines of Moria with the goblins.
I don't remember the fight scene. I remember the Uruk-hai like coming out of the mud pit. Yes.
Oh yeah, that too.
I'd still close my eyes for that.
I think for the Moria fight scene, like Aragorn decapitates an orc.
Yeah.
And there's like orcs getting shot in the head with arrows and stuff. And Mom was like, "Close your eyes." Anyway.
Yeah. That's funny.
But yeah, those are all contenders for movies to watch while sick, for sure. How about give me a movie that makes you feel sick?
Oh.
Where you're like, ugh, I don't want to watch that. Or if there was any like scene in a movie that made you feel so icky and like, ugh, I feel ill.
I'm gonna have to think about that for a minute.
I can give one.
Well, before you do that though.
Okay.
I had pneumonia in high school. Mm-hmm. And I watched so much Stargate SG-1.
Oh, I thought of that earlier. Yeah, I thought of that. I forgot to mention it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So much so that, and I was so incredibly ill that it was like pervading my dreams. Mm-hmm. Like I would watch Stargate SG-1 all day and then I'd go to bed and dream that I was in it.
Have like a fever dream.
Yeah,
I am
like a bad one.
Samantha Carter.
No, I wasn't Samantha Carter, but I was, yeah. And it was like a whole episode. My dreams would be like a whole episode.
Were you General Hammond?
I wasn't. I was my own person.
Oh, okay.
Excuse you. I had autonomy in my dreams.
You had autonomy. Good for you.
But yeah, so SG-1 was something in high school anyway. But it's something that makes me ill to watch. What have you got? What are you thinking?
I mean, scary movies come to mind, but I would say Shutter Island. Have you seen Shutter Island?
I have not.
It's not so much like a scary movie, but it's just like, this whole movie is made to just make you feel gross. It's about Leonardo DiCaprio's character showing up at an island that's like an insane asylum or like a prison for crazy people. I don't know. I don't even really remember that well. I just remember it being so oppressive, like the feeling that you got from it. It's just like, ugh, it's always gloomy and rainy on the island, and there's like crazy people doing crazy people stuff, and um, ugh, yeah, it just makes you feel gross. But beyond that, probably American Horror Story, and a plethora of other, at least the early seasons, but then a plethora of other just scary movies. Texas Chainsaw Massacre,
I haven't seen
gross, just felt gross. Wasn't even really
Yeah.
scary so much as just I feel disgusting. I don't think I've ever like gotten sick because of a movie. Like I've never seen a scene in a movie that's made me want to vomit. But-
Okay. So I haven't actually seen this. And it's fairly recent, and I will not watch it because it makes me feel icky when I see the preview.
I might know what you're talking about.
I don't think you do
Okay.
because it's Ratched,
Nope, not the one I was
which
thinking
is about the nurse from so she's from Nurse Ratched is like the main antagonist from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And she's like this terrible nurse. She's like cold and heartless and just like gross. She's so like
Sadistic.
abusive and terrible to the people that she's supposed to be treating.
The patients. You were about to say
Yeah.
inmates, but
I was, but it was just because you had said Shutter Island earlier.
I mean, they probably felt like inmates in the book.
Yeah, and they're treated that way. Like they're treated pretty terribly, which is the point. But like the new, I don't remember if it's a show or a movie that they were putting out. But it has the same actress that's in American Horror Story a lot.
Jessica Lange, the older woman, blonde hair.
No, younger lady.
Oh.
Let me just look it up. Scooby.
You'll say the name, and then I will freak out.
So it is a TV show.
Sarah Paulson.
It came out. Yes,
There it
Sarah
is.
Paulson.
There it is.
But they make her look like she's in this blue dress and she looks like very like chic. I don't know. It just gives me the ick, which I'm sure is the intention. But I will not watch that because it just makes me feel really uncomfortable. Also, I should say One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That movie and that book, not a fan. Make me feel gross. Because people are just treated so badly.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that we haven't seen that we won't watch, Hereditary is a horror movie. And I haven't even watched it, but I know of things that happen in that movie, and I refuse. It's just, there comes a point where it's like the body horror stuff, like, it's just not... Like, I like scary movies that are more like supernaturally or like, ooh, ghosts. Like that's the kind of thing I enjoy. I don't want to watch super grotesque things happen to someone else's body. Also why I don't like the Saw movies. Those are literally just torture porn. And I'm not here for it.
I love how this podcast idea was like, we're going to talk about comfort shows.
Yeah.
We've divulged into like
I found a way to
things that just
ruin
make
that.
our skin crawl.
So those make me sick. I saw a scene from RoboCop. I've never even seen RoboCop. It's like the original RoboCop. This guy gets like toxic chemicals splashed on him, and he's like dissolving, and then he gets hit by a car. Somehow.
What is this, Roger Rabbit?
Yeah, but he gets hit by a car, and when the car hits him, he liquefies. Like,
Sounds a lot like Roger Rabbit.
yeah, I mean, it was really disgusting, though.
Oh, I'm sure, because Roger Rabbit was also disgusting.
Anyway, Yeah, those are gross. Those make me feel ill. Sorry, Mom. You're probably
Yeah.
listening to this going like, why did you have to talk about gross things? Sorry, Mom. Sorry.
I also had to stop watching Hannibal
Oh, yeah.
because the same thing, that body horror, just too much.
It was just bad. I mean, okay. The show was well made, like it was well done, because I think that's what they were trying to do, was gross you out. It's just not my
Oh,
cup
for
of
sure.
tea. Like that show
That's
has
absolutely their intent.
that show has a cult following, and people are like really big fans of Hannibal, but it just wasn't my thing.
Like the cast, I love Mads Mikkelsen.
Yeah,
He's great.
He's a great actor.
But super freaking creepy in that show.
Yeah.
And he's probably the reason I stuck with it as long as I did, and then I couldn't anymore. But yeah, so that one hit a threshold for me. And you made me watch one of the Hannibal movies, the Lotion in the Basket movie.
Oh,
I didn't love that.
You mean Silence of the Lambs, the first movie where he appears?
Yeah. Didn't love it.
Yeah. Silence of the Lambs.
I saw that after I watched Hannibal. So anyway, yeah.
That's one of those ones that, I mean, I probably won't ever watch it again, but I'm glad that I did, just for like the history of the movie and like how prevalent it is in like pop culture. I'm glad that I watched it, but I'll never watch it again. But I mean, yeah, that movie has
big ick factors.
Yeah, kind of like Shutter Island. Probably worse than Shutter Island. But yeah. So don't watch any of that stuff if you're sick.
But you should find
At least I wouldn't.
Snowden on Ice.
Good grief.
It's so good.
Yep. Or Princess Bride.
Or Princess Bride. I mean, really. That's the quintessential sick movie. For all ages.
Because I really just want that old guy to walk in the room and start reading books to me. Because he has such a soothing voice. Do we know who that actor is? Is he like a well-known actor at all? I don't feel like I've ever seen him in anything else.
Peter Falk?
Name doesn't ring a bell.
He looks really famous.
Does he?
He died in 2011.
Maybe he was... Oh, that's sad. Maybe he was in stuff when he was younger that was kind of before our time.
He was in Columbo.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either. There was a show that he had a lot of listings for. Yeah, he was definitely before our time.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
Because he was an old man in a movie that came out in the 80s.
Right.
Right? Isn't that when Princess Bride came out? Was it in the 80s? Maybe it was a 90s flick.
No clue.
Princess Bride, 1987. So yeah, and
late
he was
80s.
an old man then.
Yeah.
So, definitely before our time. But Peter Falk.
Princess Buttercup.
Buttercup.
That name always weirded me out. I was like, why would you name your kid after a candy?
Oh, I
Like
always
Reese's?
thought of like a flower from Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, and then, but it just shows you the kind of priorities I had as a child. Buttercup.
Yeah.
Oh, the candy? Peanut butter cups? Not the flower. Didn't realize the princess was named after a flower. All I can think of is like a peanut buttery, chocolatey treat.
I don't know if a buttercup is an actual flower.
Oh, is it not?
I don't know. I haven't thought that hard about it. It probably is. It sounds like a flower. Buttercups have lustrous flowers thanks to special layer of reflective cells that are located beneath the superficial cells of the petals. Buttercups usually bloom from April to May.
Okay, Bill Nye,
Some
that's enough.
species bloom
That's enough.
during the summer.
I just needed to know if they were okay. They are a flower. We know that now.
That was the answer to what is special about buttercup flour. I wasn't sure if it was going to be like flour you bake with.
Oh,
Or bloom.
yeah.
It was spelled like a flower that blooms, but you never know with Google.
Yeah. So
sometimes things get spelled wonky.
she was named after a flower, which makes
That's
so much more sense.
and also when you think about her hair being like that pretty yellow and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yes.
And they couldn't use Daisy because that's copyright Nintendo. So
Symbolism. Is it really?
a probably Princess Daisy. I mean, probably. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you just meant Daisy as a name, and I was like, well, that's stupid. That's like Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian trying to
Copyright Kim.
Well, no, kimono. She tried to copyright kimono.
What?
It's like a brand name.
Are you kidding me?
And everyone was like, you can't do that.
What an idiot.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I don't even care if the Kim K fans come after me for that. That's stupid. Kimono is a traditional Japanese garb.
I think everyone agreed that was stupid. It didn't happen.
It's like if she tried she tried to copyright kilt as a brand name.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
just stop.
Very similar to that.
Anyway. Off topic.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
That's all the best sick movies and the worst sick movies.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what your favorite comfort movie as a kid, or even now as an adult, is. And maybe we'll add them to our list. So since I've started watching the Studio Ghibli movies, I've always thought that they would make good sick movies.
Like if I had...
And
yeah.
Had they been available on a streaming service, that is what I would have chosen to watch.
Yeah, like I would watch the crap out of My Neighbor Totoro when I'm sick.
Good.
Or Howl's Moving Castle, or or Castle in the Sky. Any
Kiki's Delivery Service.
Yeah. Maybe
Whisper of the Heart. Oh.
You know, maybe for your next topic, because you've seen more than me now of Studio Ghibli. Mm-hmm. You can give me your ranking, like what your favorite Studio Ghibli movies are.
I like this.
Yeah.
Okay, tune in next week for my Studio Ghibli rankings.
Not next week. That'll be the read along.
The next podcast.
The next,
yeah.
But then it would be mine. So the one event.
But you can lead it.
Oh, okay.
It was your idea.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll.
Joseph, you can cut out this.
I'll take. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll take the credit for it. Alrighty.
Well, you came up with the idea.
Yes.
And then you can ask me leading questions through the.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You can be the MC.
Cool.
Be perfect.
Awesome. So I'll come up with the categories and then I'll put you on the spot and you have to come up with which ones you think.
This is good homework for me. I can rewatch some of them.
There you go. You should have watched some while you were sick.
Like I said, if they would have been available on a streaming service
if you'd
and
had
I wasn't
the energy to walk.
so ill. Dude, it was so bad.
Yeah. I hear you.
Anyway. So.
But yeah, so once again, check out the Patreon to get voting rights and vote on our poll for what we should read next for the read-along. Do you want to give what those books are again really quick?
Sure. We've got The Light of the Midnight Stars by Rena Rossner. We have For the Wolf by Hannah Whitten. And A Song of Wraiths and Ruins by Roseanne A. Brown. And Uprooted by Naomi Novik. So
I'm so proud of you for just rattling those off like that. I don't think you
it
even
was
had a
not
note.
that easy last time.
It was not. You're right. But good job.
I learned from last time.
Yep.
So
awesome.
Yeah, four excellent novels written by women, 3 of which are new and upcoming authors. So
very cool.
Yeah, love to support that. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So go check that out. Subscribe or not subscribe. Well, is that what it's
you
called?
Could, yeah.
Well, it's on YouTube.
You can become a patron on Patreon.
Yeah,
you can subscribe to our YouTube, do the thing. That helps us out too.
The what? Do the what?
The thing.
The thing?
Do the thing. Do the thing. Subscribe.
Oh, okay.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, give us a star.
You were talking about a specific,
whatever.
Specific thing. I was like, what? What do you want them to do?
Do not give us a thing.
What do you want the people to do?
Whatever platform you're listening on, give us a thumbs up.
Okay.
In whatever fashion that looks like.
That's enough shameless plugging for now. So, anyway.
Well, I was gonna stop.
No, you're fine.
And then you asked for clarifying questions.
You're right. It's my fault.
So...
I accept responsibility. Okay.
Thank you.
So, next time we'll talk about, next podcast episode we'll talk about Studio Ghibli movies and how they rank for Anna, since she's seen more than me. And I can chime in on the ones that I have seen too. But anyway, until then, go read something cool.
And we'll talk at you next time.
Later.
Bye.